In 1906, the first case of one of the world's greatest mysteries was discovered. The patient was identified to be 51-year-old August D. and was said to have a peculiar disease. She displayed severe deficiencies in memory, comprehension, and speech, as well as worsening psychological changes. The disease was discovered by Dr. Alois Alzheimer, and the name? You guessed it, Alzheimer's disease. So what is Alzheimer's disease? Well, in simple terms, Alzheimer's disease is I guess we'll get straight to the dictionary definition. Alzheimer's disease is therefore a degenerative brain disease of unknown cause that is the most common form of dementia that usually starts in middle age. Actually, let's just get to the primary meaning of this definition. Basically, Alzheimer's disease is a degenerative brain disease, is common, primarily occurs in older people, is usually associated with severe memory loss, and is caused by the death of brain cells or neurons. So let's look at the primary parts of the brain Alzheimer's affects. Dang it. It affects the cerebral cortex, which is the outer covering of the brain, the medial temporal lobe, which contains a structure called the hippocampus, and the cerebellum. But the mechanism for Alzheimer's disease happens on a much smaller scale, the molecular scale. Alzheimer's can be broken down into two main components, plaques and tangles. So let's start with plaques. Neuritic plaques are formed by the following mechanism. In the brain, there is this molecule called APP, which has a few distinct components. Eventually, two enzymes cut this APP molecule, releasing beta-amyloid. In Alzheimer's patients, beta-amyloid sticks together to form plaques between two neurons. Eventually, this leads the neurons to commit suicide, as they aren't able to communicate with each other. And as the saying goes, you either use it or you lose it. The other type of abnormality is neurofibrillary tangles. This abnormality deals with a protein called tau. Like all cells, neurons have a cell body, but neurons also have extensions that conduct electrical signals. Neurons have their own version of a skeleton made by microtubules, which conduct electrical signals. This protein, called tau, stabilizes these microtubules, allowing for the conduction of electrical signals. But in Alzheimer's, the tau is abnormal and results in deterioration of the microtubules. These tau proteins then form in clumps called tangles, eventually resulting in cell death. The symptoms in Alzheimer's disease have a general cascade pattern. It starts with memory loss, followed by difficulties with language, and difficulties with recognition. And the spread of these symptoms is hypothesized to follow the spread of the two abnormalities, plaques and tangles. We've advanced a lot in Alzheimer's and brain research in general in the past few decades, but we still do not have a cure. But, as the saying goes, nothing's impossible. Even if there isn't a cure, there are still ways to prevent it. You have to exercise your mind on a daily basis using such things as puzzles, crosswords, and logic problems, and even physical exercise. We are a couple of breakthroughs away from saving millions of lives annually.